Lessons are a big part of life. Like, they happen every single day, but we downplay them. And then sometimes we have lessons that repeatedly come into our lives on a daily or weekly basis that we do not try to learn, so they keep coming back. Now, you have to be strong within yourself to get to the point where you actually want to learn a lesson that keeps recurring. So let's dive in. Hi everyone, it is your girl Bianca here. Welcome. If you have not been to Bianca's Holistic Safari before, I am very thankful that you guys are here today. This is a space for you to discover self-love, inner power, and alignment within your higher self. And first, how do we even know if it's our lesson to learn? Now, have you been in a situation where you keep telling people this keeps happening to me? This is just something that I want to go away, but I can't get away from it, or the same thing that happened to me last week happened to this person, and I don't understand why this keeps happening. If you state things like that to yourself, I'm pretty sure that it's your lesson, and you really have to tap deep into it. Now, you can find teachers that are teaching the lesson, whether they're spiritual teachers or regular teachers or whatever. You can go to the library to get books. You can find the lesson in music and try to replay an audio of lyrics and stuff to kind of really tap into that lesson a little bit more. What happens is we say things like that to our friends or to ourselves or to our spouses or to strangers, and we connect that way, but then we don't try to actually dive deeper into understanding what it is that we need to learn within our lives. On to point number 2, a lesson can be similar to somebody else's around you, but it can be completely different at the same time. And that's why I think we can relate to certain people because they understand us, but in reality they're not understanding us fully because they're not us. So you really have to dissect what is the lesson that I'm supposed to be learning from this? Even if that person understands me, what is the lesson that I'm supposed to be learning? Now, this is probably the hardest one for me that I've now took many years to actually understand, is when you see a lesson in action and you know the answer to this. When do you know? Should you teach the person a lesson, or should you just allow the lesson to happen even though you can change it? Now, this goes back to the first one. First, you have to know if it's your lesson or not. If it's not your lesson, it is not your place to be the teacher of that lesson, okay? Because what happens is you start teaching from a place of oh, I'm better than people, or oh, I completely understand this, why do you not understand it? And it's very easy to get caught up in that, just by anything. You see somebody doing something that you're just do you not see that A plus B equals C? Why can't you see that? They can't see it because they're not ready to see it. It's not their time to see it. They're not going spiritually within themselves to be yeah, okay, it's time for me to tackle this and let it go. They're at the space where they're okay with acknowledging it and moving on, instead of acknowledging it, really diving deep in changing it, and then letting it go to where it's not going to reoccur again. So I would say in these instances, do not teach people the lesson. Because what will happen is then from that, because you think that you need to teach somebody the lesson, then you will pick up on that lesson too. So then now you're going to have to be learning about that in the future because it's going to come back to you. And then you're going to have to be learning other things in the future. So then you got 50 things that you got to deal with, rather than just letting it be over there. Why is this the topic? Because it's been reoccurring. I used to have this thing where, naturally I believe that most human beings on the planet believe they're right unless they've done a lot of spiritual internal work within themselves. They believe that how they do something and what they do is right. Point blank, period. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. It doesn't matter what religion you're in. It doesn't matter what car you drive, what house you're in. people either try to justify their actions from where they're at, from their perception of life, and they either know that it's not right, but try to like manipulate their brains to think that it's right so that they don't feel bad about themselves, or two, they truly honestly believe it's right and there's no other way. I believe that lessons are huge, a huge part of growing. Just let me know what lessons you guys have learned this week. Comment down below. Click the subscribe button. And again, welcome to Bianca's Holistic Safari, a space for you to discover self-love, inner power, and go towards alignment with your higher self. I really appreciate you guys being here once again, and I will see you soon.